All right. All right. A little Matthew McConaughey. Hello there. Hope you all are doing well. Yes, we're just working on. I started working on a ChatGPT app maybe like a month ago or something. Let's kind of just get into it. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. Got like Torque crew representing. I had a Torque shirt on yesterday, but laundry, So that said, we love open source, so we're good. Yeah, there is commands, Roxy. You could do this one. You could do poop to get a poop emoji on if you want. Should show up. There you go. And then you can like move them all around. Uh, do like poop move. Whoops, not no, that's wrong. Sorry, poop up. And then there's like Todd. We can bring a lobster on. There's also what do I have? Donut. And basically all the commands you just do like for example, donut dash right, and I'll move it around. It's silly. Not don't write, donut right. There we go. Anyways, just silly stuff. And I think the last one I haven't used them in a while is unicorn. And then there's a curling one, but I think that's only for subscribers. I can't remember, but can do up here. And then if I click it, you should hear sweep. I don't hear it cause just so it doesn't come into my headphones. But anyways, good to see y'all. Thanks for hanging as always. I was gonna pull up something. So I have my starting screen that you've seen, but I'm gonna open up another one here. I'm trying to remember where it is. I think it's in Nano Banana. Let's go to Gemini. I can't remember if it's in my own Gemini or where was it? Oh, that's my work one. Let's go to my personal one. I think it's here. Where the heck did it go? Let's see here. No, that's not it. But anyways, where is it? Yeah. So let me go ahead and share. Okay, yeah, it is here. Okay, cool. Um, Let me go ahead and share my screen. Sec here. So I've got this like it's called Pimp My Ride MCP server. This is what the ChatGPT app is, and like right now it's only textual, but with the ChatGPT apps, the MCP server can also serve up UI. So I kind of just made these, but the idea is kind of like have these things here, and then like when it loads the UI, it's essentially an iframe, and I have it kind of bootstrapped using React. I could probably use the query string of the URL for the UI to just basically render, if I say tires or sorry, wheels, I'm not a car guy, wheels or spoilers or something, based on the query string, it'll be able to just render that. So, anyways, but that said, that's not what I want to. I was wondering, so I made this new starting soon, which I thought looked kind of neat. I thought that would be better because like the traditional one I have is just like I'll switch back to it real quick here, but I won't hear you for a sec, but let me just switch it back. So it looks like this. It looks fine, but I thought it'd be fun to put this in instead. So that's what I was thinking of doing. So I could just save this image. Save image as downloads alpaca and Nick. Okay, so let's save that. And I can't remember if I made this or not already, but here's the MCP server that I'm working on if you want to check it out. Oh yeah, sorry about the ads. Why didn't that copy? Ads be gone soon at Roxy. Boop, boop. Cool. Um, yeah. So what the heck was that? Oh yeah. So can't remember if I already did it or not, but let's see here. No, I will install later. And we're just gonna open one. I think I already did it. Open recent. Nope, that's not it. Okay, let's close that. So let's do new 1280 by 768. Let's create that. And let's go get that picture. Where is it? Downloads. Yeah, quit. All right, let's go ahead and paste that in. Okay, it doesn't fit, but that's fine. We'll move it. I'm surprised that doesn't fit, but actually what am I doing? Let's see if this looks. Yeah, I got to get paid. I think I got like 60 bucks like a month ago or something. Line center. Is that center? What is going on? All right. Let's see here. Alignment, line middle. Yeah, okay. I don't want a line middle, but want a line center. Okay, that's good. So let's just move it up. I mean, I could hide the Gemini thing, but I won't. We can give them props, sure. So I was thinking of putting this as the starting soon. I just thought it's a little more fun. Um, cool. Yeah. Well, this is yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of part of work. So all right, now I can't remember how good I am with this. I need to do not eyedropper there. I need to go eyedropper here. Oh, what the heck happened? Why did we go black and white all of a sudden? There we go. Okay, let's go eyedropper. Okay, there we go. No, why is this not doing this? You know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'm being lazy. I'm not a pro at Affinity. And we'll just do eyedropper. There we go. Let's copy that and let's just drag it over. So it needs to be, you know what? I'm gonna crop out that Gemini thing. There we go. And now I'm gonna export this. That looks good. 1220 by 768. That's good. Let's export it. We're gonna put that where my streaming stuff is. Twitch assets. Well, I can put it right here actually. Okay, so let's call this starting soon. Let's save that. Okay, and let's quit. Don't save. All right, so now we're gonna bring in OBS here for a second. We're gonna get a little inception, but if I go to actually, I'm gonna go back to the starting soon. Just oh, actually, you know what? I can actually go to studio mode and then it won't affect it. So let's go to starting soon here. You should still see me, hear me. Okay, so okay, it really was just all this starting soon text. Okay, so let's just hide all this stuff. Let's add a new image. Alpaca and Nick. Okay, and let's go find it. It's deep in the matrix here. The iClouds. Uh, Streaming starting soon. Okay, there we go. Now, why did it not go the full size? Should have. This is supposed to be. Oh, is it? What's the dimensions here? You know what? I'm gonna be lazy and just stretch it. There we go. And let's move it up a bit. I think that looks good. Okay, so let's go see what it looks like now. So I'm gonna get out of studio mode and let's come back here. You should see the new guy. Oops, except I pressed the wrong thing. I gotta go here. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's get OBS off the screen here so you're not getting Inception. Yeah, so the only other one I'd maybe switch is uh the end one when I finish, but for now, baby steps. All right. Anyways, got a little sidetracked there, but I've been wanting to do that. I like that guy. He's a cute little sucker. Okay, so gonna recap, but I did this in the last stream. But let's go to like Chat GPT, Chat Jipita, whatever you want to call it. And do I have it installed? Okay, it's not there. So let's go to settings. So I'm in ChatGPT, and if you go to the settings, you have to have at least a plus account or a pro account. I think the lowest tier is the plus account. So you go into app and connectors. So I'm sure a few of you in the crowd have heard of MCPs, Model Context Protocol. This is where you go to add a custom MCP or existing MCPs. They call them apps and connectors. Like even Claude calls them connectors, even though they call it Model Context Protocol. But I guess it's because it's a protocol, so maybe they wanted to brand it differently in terms of what it is. Like the protocol is just to give the thing. But so essentially, oh, there's an alpaca one. Interesting. So these are ones that you can just out of the box use. And then there's some I made here. So like if we come to car MCP here, not that one. That's the one we'll work on. But if we come to this one, I think. Okay, so this is I have like a mini PC right under my computer, under my laptop. And so it's a home lab just for work in terms of securing stuff with Pomerium. So I've got a Kubernetes cluster set up on that, and I have my MCPs there secured with Pomerium. So I can go ahead and connect to that one, and I can just show you what it is. So so this is going to go ahead and connect it. I should be logged in already. So of course, something's got to go wrong. It's demo time, right? Let's just actually go check that my thing is up and running. Okay, that would make sense. Oh, no, it's called car. That's why. Okay. That is actually 100% a genuine error. That does not exist. Let's come back here. Let me load it up. Demo gods are coming for you. All right. Yeah, so that was a test one I was doing. So home lab car, this is the one. So it's just car.maisonlab.dev. So you can see these are the tools I have available. The newer version has them snake case because that seems to be the more standard way. But I'm gonna go ahead and connect here. And so just to kind of drive it home, so I'm in ChatGPT. I'm gonna enhance ChatGPT by adding an MCP server, a remote MCP server. So mine's it's secured with OAuth through Pomerium, but I'm gonna go ahead and connect, and it might ask me to log in. I can't remember. It might have been a minute. We'll see. I think I no, I was already connected, I guess. Okay, and so we're connected now. So let's go ahead and close this. And now, if you look down here, the other thing I forgot to mention is if you want to use custom MCPs in ChatGPT, go to settings, app connector, apps and connectors, sorry. And you have to go to the advanced settings and you have to make sure that developer mode is enabled. If that's not enabled, you won't be able to use your custom ones. So I'm going to come here and now we're going to see this pizza builder is there and a home lab car. So the home lab car is my this sucker over here, this Pimp My Ride MCP. Still got to rename that, even though this picture of exhibit I'm allowed to use. I got it off the Wikimedia Commons, but anyways, let's see here. So like now I'm gonna say like get my car build. So what's happening here is I'm asking ChatGPT to get my car build. It's going to go, what is he talking about? Oh, there's some tools I have available through this MCP server called Home Lab Car. So I'm going to say, remember this tool call because like it's my own. So I'm just going to allow it always. And you're going to see it's going to perform an action now. So this is connecting literally to my mini PC under my laptop to my left. It's going to do a tool call to my MCP server and it's going to return. This is what my current car build is. I'm not a car guy, so I'm more like it more to be functional. I have a Subaru Outback, so you know it goes through the snow and everything, and it's basically a tank or a cool station wagon. Um, okay, so that's that's fine. So now I can do other stuff though. So like, what car tools do I have? Maybe it might be able to answer this. It should be able to. Okay, I think it's thinking I'm just trying to do another tool call, but I was just trying to get it to display the tools available for that MCP, but that's okay. Let this run. Okay, it's basically telling me all the things I can customize. So this is what's available in my MCP server, the colors, the wheels, the body kits. I literally just told it to make car parts because I didn't know. Um, Underglow, well, I can figure out what that is. You got personas, whatever. So now I could just do something like, I don't know, what wheels. Okay, let's put off-road wheels on my car. And it's going to do another tool call. And it's, again, this is connecting to my own computer down here, which is kind of cool that I'm running my own MCP server. But I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And it should say I added those off-road wheels and now it's going to give me the updated car build. And then I could say save my car build or yeah, save my car build. And it's going to go ahead and save it. This MCP server is using SQLite database. It's really just my own server. So uh, I mean, SQLite's pretty powerful, but like if this was like a public MCP, I don't know how long SQLite would last, but we'll see. It's not, it's storing minimal information about each user. So it's just like the car config. So, okay, so now it's got my saved setup here. And then there's other tools I could do. Like if we come back to the settings here, we can see these are the tools I have available. So get build details, get customization options, list builds. Oh, that's true. I didn't realize. List my builds. Maybe I have more than one. I don't know. But the point here is there's a remote MCP server that is providing additional context by giving extra tools to the LLM to do things. So here I have just the off-road setup I get, and then get my current build. And so this is enhancing the context because like it knows it's got context about my car now. So like I could ask a question like, uh, what is this type of car good for? So this is not calling my tool call now, but uh, it's good at leaving pavement without crime. So I enhance the context by adding my MCP server. I built a car, and now I'm asking ChatGPT about like you know where is this car good? Where should I use it? So this is no longer calling my MCP server to get this information. It got additional information that it didn't have to be able to give me an answer. So that's kind of what MCP servers do. But they can also perform actions. It's not just returning context always. Like, I mean, it'll usually return some kind of output. Um, but you could do stuff like you could say like book a one-on-one with Nick, and it'll add it to my calendar, and you'll still get feedback. It'll say, oh, you're booked with Nick. So that's additional context that the LLM knows now. Like, okay, you have an appointment with Nick. So then you can say like, oh, I have some questions for him, and if I didn't if I wasn't booked yet, they might say, oh, you didn't book him yet. Book him first, and then we can figure out questions. So um, that's essentially what the app is. So like on the surface, this is not meant to be a super serious chat GPT app, but the next phase of this is to add UI. So like to add these things here, like I'm in the wrong one. This is my work one. Switch. Not that there's any secrets in my work one. That was just me making some stuff. But so essentially, I want to pull out these things. These will be assets that I can combine together. So like when I say add the stock wheel, it'll just know which React component to load, and then like I can kind of cobble together a car build. So um, 20-inch blades. I'm guessing that's a wheel. I'm not sure. Um, I also found out what this is. I mean, that that's a spoiler, right? The tail thing. Um, that's for the muffler. I forget what the thing that goes on the hood's called. I think Chris DeMars told me it's called a haul. I'm not sure. Anyways, side note, but anytime I go to the garage, they're like, "Oh, you're a guy. You know everything about cars." I do not, but I just nod, kind of like, "Yeah, sounds good. Change the oil, or whatever." So yeah, so that's kind of the idea. And so this is where it'll start to become really cool is if we come back here and we're able to return, I don't know, it could be a few things. Like maybe when I say get my car build, I could still output the text here to say like things about it. Um, but maybe I just return like UI only, like get my car build, and it shows the car built together. Maybe there's a little dashboard of like the power, grip, aerodynamics, and weight, something like that. So that's kind of the idea. Yeah, the things I know about cars are I know how to open my hood, change my windshield washer fluid, change windshield washers, fill the oil, not change it. Um, can definitely change a tire if I need to, and I guess jump a car, but which honestly isn't that much. But anyways, I digress. So, so this is where we're at, and like the other day, I was vibe coding, just adding the UI part to it, and so there's a few things here. So like there's mcpui.dev. I'll drop this in the chat. I got to hang with the creators of this when I was in London at the MCP Dev Summit. They're pretty cool. Ito and Liad, I think it's Liad. But essentially, MCP UI adds that interactive UI components to MCP, and essentially they're uh, like let's go to the live demo. Sure. Okay. Oh, okay. They built a whole playground. Sure. Let's see what's going on here. Hello. Okay, maybe there's something wrong with the. I'm trying to see what this is. Maybe there's an issue. Oh, enable server. Okay. Actually, haven't done this. What capabilities do you have? Okay, there's something wrong with this. Anyways, I wasn't planning to demo their demo. But the point is, what happens is you get textual responses right now. So like you see like these bubbles, well, they're not bubbles here, but you get the text, but you can also get the way they've architected it is you get iframes, and the iframes are like a widget, and they come back in the response. And so there's a server serving those web pages, which is the UI. And there's a special protocol for the resource. You say like UI colon slash slash instead of HTTPS colon slash slash. So basically, that's kind of what I want to do. And there's a pizza example. If you go to, this is for OpenAI, this is their sample app. Um, I got it kind of working, but uh, it's not really using any frameworks or anything. So basically, what I started doing is like I've got a Vite server, and it builds different chunks. So like the chunks meaning you can get different pages and different snippets of JavaScript. Like the way the bundlers work, you can have it let it bundle on its own, or you can specify like how you want it to bundle. So the idea, like I want to build this with UI now. And then once that's done, I want to extract what I have in there to add to my MCP TypeScript template so that I can add UI as like a part of the template when you go to use it. Um, the only thing is, and the OpenAI stuff is Apps SDK, not this here, Apps SDK OpenAI. So this is what we're talking about, and I'll paste that in the chat too. And essentially, this is more like just telling you how to build things, but it's really just saying you build an MCP server, which I've done a bunch of times already now. But there's the widget resources. There's like a way to do it. Here they're using React. Yeah, they're using React here. So I'm using the TypeScript SDK. Uh, but the thing is, with the official, unless I'm missing something, or maybe I should upgrade, but with the TypeScript SDK for MCP, they have an MCP server class. So like if we come to code now, let's go to le VS Code. Am I in the main branch? Okay, so let's actually do a few things. Let's fire this baby up. Let's just do a get reset hard. Not a re, RHH. That's just an alias to reset hard for me. Okay, why is it still showing stuff in here though? Oh, that's my other work tree. Okay, so I'm on the main branch. So let's just make sure everything's installed. Should be. Okay, and let's do nr dev. Okay, that's just npm run. So the MCP server is running. And actually, let's stop it for a second. Let's open up the JavaScript debug terminal instead and run it. So this will allow me to npm run dev and debug in our dev, if I knew how to type. So we got debugging it available now. So I'm going to put in, let's see here, get current build. So let's do that. I'm going to put a breakpoint. And so this is my server running locally on port 3000 right now. So now what I need to do is, this is where like work comes in, but I'm gonna come over here and let's do SSH-R. Yeah, this one. So basically a few things here. Let me zoom this in. So this is something that's coming. It's like it's in production right now for Pomerium, but only employees have access to it. Uh, you're going to be able to SSH reverse tunnel SSH to a hosted Pomerium instance, which I'll show you that in a second. But first thing is I got to log in, so I'm just going to click on this bad boy. Okay, yes, authorize me. And then all of a sudden it's going to start up a thing here. This is the TUI that you might have heard before, like terminal UI. Like people always mention that when they're talking about like Claude or open code, like they have a nice TUIs. So I've got my Pomerium instance here running for my MCP server. So just to explain what's happening here, if I come to, let's go to pomerium.com, and I'm gonna log in, and this will be free to do when you want to start testing MCPs. I'm on the wrong one. That's my home lab. I'm gonna go to a different cluster. So, just side tangent, but so Pomerium is an identity aware proxy, and so what that means is there's like a public facing URL that's accessible on the internet. So like if I go to my car one here, let's go to /MCP. This here is a publicly accessible URL, but this is actually my website running here right now. Don't mind the TypeScript errors. And I can prove that to you because if I, well, we'll go ahead and use this in a sec. But essentially, this gives you a public URL. And what happens is, if we come to here, zoom in. Okay, one more. So these are called routes in an identity aware proxy, which is what Pomerium is. And so you have what's called routes, and you have a from and a to. So the from is the publicly accessible URL. Um, and then this says like, once I hit the identity aware proxy, which is Pomerium, I'm coming in saying I want to go to this car.firstwallaby 240 Pomerium app. It's going to go, okay, let's check if Nick's logged in. If I'm not logged in, it's going to redirect to an identity provider. So that's like a Google or a GitHub, Okta, Auth0, whatever you use, open source stuff like Keycloak. So it's going to redirect me to log in. I'm going to log in. Once I'm logged in, it's going to go like, hey, do you have access to this? So there's something called policies. And actually right now, this one is publicly available so people could use it. Let me switch that. But let's just show you this part first. So let's go and I'll say it's just me. I'll show you what the policy is in a second. But this basically means only I can access this. Think of it as like a website, but it's like resources or applications in general. So I'm going to go save that. Now, if we look at the policy, the just me policy, literally all it means is, okay, I'm logged in, I'm trying to access this URL, and I want to get to that actual internal resource, which is like literally my web server I'm running on my local in VS Code right now. I can only get access to it if my email finishes with pomerium.com or nickit.co. So that's how I have access to it. So like if I come back here and refresh this, I still have, did I switch it? Who am I logged in as? Did I break things? What did I do? I think, oh yeah, I removed the access, I think. So that's why I can no longer access it, where before I could. So let's come back here and let's go to car. Yeah, what did I do? Just me. That should be fine. Oh, did I kill something elsewhere? Oh, I somehow disconnected myself when I did that. So let's try that again. Let's start that up. If I come back here, yeah, buddy, what did I do? Okay, let's go back. Maybe I messed up my policy, but whatever. Let's put it back to public temporarily. Come back here. I toasted it. Let's see. Why would that be toast though? Okay, hold on a sec. That shouldn't happen. That said, like this isn't for the public still, so like maybe my coworker's changing something right now. But let's put it back to just me. Okay, let's go. Okay, it's working now. And then /MCP. Oh, interesting. Did I deny that part? Why is that? Let's go to, I go to localhost 3000. Maybe my server's down. Okay, so that's up. Okay, what did I do then? Oh, maybe that, let me check what I set as the URL actually. I think I know what the issue is. No, there, Pomerium app, that looks good. Just me. Advanced. Should I do anything different here? Interesting. Path matching. I didn't change anything there. Okay, I think it all looks good. All right, so what's going on? I, yeah, that's how it works. You talk smack and you get the ads. Okay, I see how it works. Okay, why is this doing this now? Bum, bum, bum. Maybe they're deploying something, but let's see here. Okay, now it's giving me denied again. I think my server stopped. That seems okay. What's going on? Hey, buddy, what you doing? What you doing? Okay, let's see here. Car dot inherited none policies one. I'll put it back to public for now, but that shouldn't be the reason why it stopped working. Okay, what you doing? Why are you broken? Okay, let me check work Slack. Maybe they're fixing something or deploying something because I see messages in Slack. Bu- bu- Cool. All right, what is up? Let's see here. Okay, let's close that. Let's go ahead and stop the reverse tunnel. Okay, let me check here. Port 3000, that should be right. Car Wallaby. Okay, that all looks okay. And then let's come back here. Okay, it's back. And does this? Okay, I'm just not going to touch it. But basically, you could change the policies and you could no longer have access. So that's kind of like in a nutshell what Pomerium does, but it checks this all the time. And there must be a glitch right now because this is new stuff we're doing. But anyways, so now I have this publicly accessible MCP server. So let's go over to ChatGPT and come back here. Let's remove the home lab car and let's come to settings again. I'm gonna go apps and connectors. And do we have this one yet? I think it's this one. Okay, so this is the one. So this is literally my web server that's literally running in VS Code like localhost right now. So I'm gonna connect it. Don't go boom, please work. Do, do. Okay, it's connected. So now let's come back here and we've got the car MCP. That's the one which is my local. And let's just make sure I have a breakpoint. Okay, I do. So get current car bill. So get my current car build. So we should see this happen again. It's going to make a tool call. So just to put this into context, I'm in ChatGPT right now. I've attached my remote MCP server, which is actually pointing to my local host where I'm developing. So I can actually debug what's happening in my MCP as I'm building it out in ChatGPT. So here we go. I can see like, okay, let's get some info and let's see here. So I can get the current build and then we can see like I'm cool, calm, and collected, etc. I'll let that run and it's going to spit it out. And just to show you that I'm not doing smoke and mirrors here, I could just say like, I don't know, let's do, this will give a TypeScript error, but build dot car dot yo-yo equals yo-yo. I don't know. Let's just say toy. And let's do at ts expect error. Okay. And this is going to restart the dev server. But now let's come here and show me again. It's going to make the tool call, or it should. It's going to end up over here again. And so I've changed the code now, and I'm adding this new property to the build. Uh, where is it? Build.car.toy. So now we've got toy, and it should output it. So if we come back here now, so this is me literally modifying things, because I'm building out the MCP server, but I'm in ChatGPT. Now, the reason why I was showing this before, where's my Ghosty? Where'd you go, Ghosty? There you go. The reason why I was showing this with Pomerium is because there's many ways that you can connect like a remote MCP server that you're developing. You could use like a Cloudflare tunnel. You could use ngrok. Before we had this, I was using port forwarding and VS Code, and those all work. Um, but the SSH reverse tunneling, it's native to your operating system, so there's nothing you need to install, and that's the neat part of it. And then also because it's using Pomerium, you can get OAuth for free out of the box, and then you can configure some more fancy stuff. Like if we come up back here, da, 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 da. Not going to change the policies because I broke something before. But if we come to advanced for like MCPs, we could add upstream stuff. So like say you wanted to connect to Google or something, you could add additional things here like the client ID and client secret for OAuth, but you don't have to out of the box. Like typically, if you want to create a new MCP server, this is what you would do. You just say new route, and it's in this particular context, you can only choose MCP, and then you point to whatever you want to call it. So you could say like yo-yo, and then this will be your public URL you get that you can use to test in ChatGPT. And this isn't just for ChatGPT. I'm focusing on ChatGPT apps, but you can do literally the same thing in Claude Code. I can do it in our own MCP server, our MCP client that I built. But you just do that, and then you just add like a one of these, I don't know, whatever, and then you set a policy, and that's it. And then you can be testing your remote MCP just like that. I don't know, I feel like an infomercial. Just like that. Set it and forget it. Okay. So all that to say is like now I have a good like workflow to be building this. Let's undo this. It's gonna start that over. Yeah, but wait, there's more. That's not all, Roxy. If you order right now, we'll give you 2 routes instead of 1. Okay, so it's got yo-yo there. So now I can say like get my current build again. And I just removed it. So you're not gonna see that yo-yo toy in there anymore. And we're still debugging. And there we go. And I like this flow. Like you don't always have to like stop with breakpoints to debug stuff. Um, Typically I'll log things, or like I have some structured logging in here, and I can add more as I need. So like I can look at the server logs. That's pretty good. I typically start using like the breakpoints when I'm like either it's something new I've never seen, or like I just want to step through and see like kind of get into the nitty gritty, because like I can come here and then I can step into this get current build, see what it's doing, etc. So that's kind of where we're at. So you can see here, it outputted again. So this is all good. Now, kind of where I'm at is I was trying to get the UI to render the other day, and I had all the UI pieces, but they weren't rendering. And part of that is uh, this. If we go up to the MCP server, so we basically create a new MCP server. The problem is um, the MCP server does not support the Apps SDK for OpenAI. So they add extra stuff like some metadata and so on. And what I noticed is it actually strips it. And if you come to the pizza app, which they give an example of, they're not using the MCP server. So if we come into the server here, they're using, let me zoom this in. Where is it at? blah, 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 widgets, widgets. There should be a base server. Is it not here? Let me look at the bottom here. Server. Yeah, okay. Where are you at, server? Server. Okay, sorry, new server. So they're just using server, and an MCP server is based off of that. But um, with the MCP server, if we come and look at the code, it gives me things like server.register tool, etc. So like if I change this to just server, I got to import it too, but where is it? Model context protocol server. You're gonna see all of a sudden these tools and stuff that are part of the MCP server, they don't exist on the base server, which makes sense. So the thing I want to do is, because the the OpenAI Apps SDK stuff isn't supported as far as I know, and I should validate that before. Let's do TypeScript MCP SDK. So the thing is, let's zoom this in. Also, check this out if you haven't. So the thing I want to check here is, so there is this MCP server class. So like if we look at, okay, this bumped express, sure. So I'm going to press T. This is a shortcut in, should still work. No, that's not it. T. Okay, yeah. So if you press letter T when you're on a GitHub repo, you can search for files. So there should be a MCP dash server maybe. Yeah. So experimental. Okay, interesting. This was last week. So, okay. So maybe this stuff is in there now. So like, I'm just going to see what this task was. Sports tool calls, blah, blah, blah. What is this? Add. Okay, task augmentation to request. Okay, that's not important to me for this. Um, but this is experimental. Where's the regular server? MCP.ts, is that it? MCP server? Yeah, so here's the MCP server. And let's see when this was updated last, because like maybe I need to update my thing. Okay, updated yesterday. So allow Zod 4. Did they have a deployment though? But the thing here is it still has, okay, it has the experimental stuff you can bring in, I guess. Uh, that's not what I want. The thing that I'd like to do is, um, if I look at here, let's just open up another VS Code for a second. I'm going to go to the other branch. And sorry, let's go to, where is it? It's good. Yeah, I'm going to have to open it manually. Okay, if I go to dev, where is it? Pimp my ride, UA2. Okay, and yeah, we want to go to this one. So this is the other branch. Also, I'm just gonna check socials real quick here. Uh, bu- um, where is it? There. Just checking a couple things. All right, let's go check X real quick. All right, boom. Okay, cool. Nothing to report really. And let me just check Slack real quick. All right. Okay, we good. All right, let's get back to regular programming. Hey, yeah, hey, Abdur, man. Good to see you, my man. It's been a minute for sure. And just because of that, I'm gonna give you a nacho. Or you know what? You deserve a hella fresh. Or no, you deserve a cool beans. Oh no, it's hella fresh, not cool beans. Here's cool beans. All right. Okay, so there has been updates to it, but the main thing here, like if we look at, okay, so I started. This was vibe coded. I did not type this by hand, but essentially, I tried to start making an OpenAI MCP server. Um, Not sure why it did that. Like I would have expected it to do extends server, but maybe there was a reason it did it. But the main point here is there's things that I needed to expose that we can use like this metadata and the basic MCP server. Well, not basic MCP server, but the standard MCP server currently at least doesn't support the metadata that you need for this. So that's kind of where I'm at. So like let's just clear here and let's do a le chat with Claude here. Salut Claude, ça va? Bon matin. Okay, and let's see here. So we have open MCP server. This is meant to be, I guess, yeah. So an MCP server, like the official MCP server class, but with support for the metadata required for UI for OpenAI or for ChatGPT apps. See, where is it? Let's do, I'll just paste it in. All right, let's do raw. It can read that. Um, I want to keep the interface of the MCP server, but enhance it with what's required for Chat GPT apps. I was expecting Open AI MCP. I can't type server to inherit from MCP server or worst case server and then maintain the same interface as MCP server with the additional capabilities. Caba pilots. All right, there we go. For Chat GPT apps, e.g., metadata. What is the best course of action? I'd like to create a plan so I can test this with a regular MCP server first to ensure it doesn't break existing functionality that I would expect when using the MCP server class. Okay, that was a lot of typing. So the idea is like I kind of went YOLO vibe coding initially. Then I discovered, oh yeah, I've got to use the base server because like the MCP server class, I couldn't extend it. It looked like, so I basically want to build a custom MCP server class that will still work with an MCP server that's not serving UI. And then once I confirm that that's good, then we can start extending it to use the other stuff. So that's kind of the game plan. Put me in, coach. All right. While that's going on, It's pollinating. It's doing stuff. Is it building a PRD or something? Or okay, let's see what it's doing. Okay, escape and put the plan into a PRD. Good old product requirements document. Okay, while that's incubating or whatever it's doing, let me check the Slack again real quick. By the way, what's everybody else up to aside from hanging with me? Okay, what's going on over here? Do, 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 do. Cool. All right. So yeah, so this is like I don't know. Like typically you should be. It depends. Like you should be able to extend this. I would expect the server to extend, but um, okay. Have fun PTOing. Always cool when you swing by. All right, cool. Thanks, Abdurrahman. Yeah, it's good to see you. What have you been up to, anyways? Um, okay, this is chugging away here, but we should come up with something here. So the idea here is to get the PRD. I'm going to take a peek at it, and then what I'd like to do is this branch is kind of like not dead, but like I was doing a lot of vibe coding in that. I want to start with a fresh branch based off a main that I can apply that new MCP server. So, okay, so let's actually just read it here. Let's do Wayla PRD. No, not blog. Where to go? Oh yeah, no worries, Abdurrahman. It's all good. It's all good. Um, yes, create it, please. And yes, I will allow you edits during this session. Okay. So once that PRD is done, we're just going to give it a read. PRD OpenAI refactor. Cool. So here it is. Let's see what it's saying here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. What did it say? Okay, so created the PRD, refactor and extend, add metadata storage infrastructure. That sounds fancy. Um, intercept protocol handlers to inject OpenAI fields, implement OpenAI extended registration methods, update. Okay, that sounds good. Acceptance criteria, etc. No, don't start implementing yet. So let's just give it a read. So let's close this for a sec. Now, there's a handy thing in VS Code. So obviously they support Markdown. If you do Command Shift P and you type preview, you can actually preview the Markdown. I can't remember if this is an extension I installed. Markdown. I think it's Markdown preview. Preview. No, Markdown. Pretty sure I have one installed. Do I? Let's filter here. Installed. I guess I don't. I think it's native now. Um, sure, let's update pull requests. Okay, let's delete that. Okay, we don't need that anyways right now. So, okay, so no. Refactor the OpenAI class properly, extend the official MCP server class from model context protocol while adding OpenAI ChatGPT app specific extensions for which have metadata. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so missing it. We don't have access to convenient. We don't have access to the convenient MCP server tool resource prompt. Inconsistent interfaces. Users expect the same interface as MCP server. I don't know if users do. I know I do right now. The other reason why I want to do this is so that I don't have to change a bunch of code. Like I can pretend like I'm using the MCP server, but I'm using the OpenAI one. But with OpenAI extensions, manual handler management, we're manually managing request handlers instead of leveraging MCP servers built-in functionality. Yeah, that's what we have to do right now. Registration management, missing features like enable, disable, update, remove unregistered tool resources. Sure. So maintain MCP server interface should be a drop-in replacement for MCP server. Okay. So I'm going to actually do this in a separate branch. So let's do this, or work tree, I should say. So where is that? Where is this file? Où es-tu? Okay, docs. Le docs. All right. It's open. I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. Okay. And just going to open up the terminal. And I'm going to do, this is just like alias git work tree add. We'll say um, open AI MCP server. So this is going to create a new GitHub work, a new Git work tree, and I'm going to switch to that. So let's go to boom, 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 open AI MCP server, and let's open that up in the same VS Code window. So good old -R, and let's add the PRD in a sec. But first, I got to npm install stuff. Okay, so let's create the PRD. So let's just touch open AI MCP server prd.md. Oh, I meant to open it, but where is it? There we go. Let's just copy pasta that in. Okay, and now let's clear Claude. Okay. Uh, in at index.ts, we currently use MCP server. Follow the PRD in at OpenAI MCP PRD to start building the OpenAI ChatGPT app specific MCP server class. Okay, so we'll do that, but like first, let's just do this. Let's do source widgets. No. Oh, whoops! I made it based off of. I didn't mean to do that. We want to reset this. Actually, hold on a sec. Um, Let me open this still. Okay, that's still open. Okay, we want to do git reset hard origin main. Oh yeah, /main. Okay, so that got rid of, yeah, okay, so that now we're at like what we would be like the main branch. Okay, so and that PRD is still there. Okay, and if we look at the logs, okay, yeah, so we're main chore add including origin /main. Okay, seems to be right. Cool. Okay, so we've got this PRD. So in this, to start building OpenAI PRD, first thing we could do is, let's see here, I guess, yeah, storage, tools, build. Let's do new file, MCP server.ts, or we'll say Apps SDK maybe, or Yeah, maybe that makes more sense. Apps SDK MCP server. And in here, we're just going to do export um, MCP server. Actually, let's do this. Let's do apps export. Actually, let's just do this. Let's do class. Yes, extends MCP server. And let's do constructors. Okay, that's good enough. Let's leave that. And let's bring in this. Okay, and this should be fine. What is this? What does it take? MCP. Actually, let's go see what it is in here. Constructor. This is what we need. There we go. This one. Okay. Why doesn't it like my constructor? Okay, yeah, sorry. Return. Oh, wait. What am I doing? That looks fun. Oh, semicolon. Okay. Config. That shouldn't be config. That should just be these server info options. Cool. So that's literally where we're starting. So this should be able to, if I come to index.ts and where we're doing, where's the server? Okay, so let's go here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Up here, MCP server. Okay, so we're going to comment that out. And we're going to do here just, yeah, sure. Yes. Bum, bum, bum. Auto import, s'il vous plaît. Oh, I'm not exporting it. Where is it? Okay, there. Now this should auto import. Okay, but I just want to keep this like this. I want to avoid changing as much as possible. And now there's that new import. So as MCP server. Okay, so like everything should just work. So let's test this out. Let's see what the kids got. I'm going to stop this server. And where are we going? Where are we driving to? There we go. Okay, and let's just add the node debugger here. Okay, and we'll just put a breakpoint here just to show that we're coming in there. It does not provide import type. No, what is it? Go to definition. Seems to be there. Oh, okay, let's just do this. Oh, it's because I'm using type stripping in Node.js. So I'm just going to say import both. Why didn't that work? Server options. Yeah, it's an interface. Okay. Why don't you like that? It's definitely an interface, and that's coming from, okay, it's coming from a different, so we could just say type. That should work. Okay, we're good. So this is the same MCP server, but I've got this class now. So now should still be running here. Tunneling's still on. Let's close this bad boy. Let's come back to here. Now I switched the car MCP like under the hood locally, but this should still work. So get my current car build. Now it should hit that breakpoint. Okay, so it's extending the MCP server. It's getting the server info it needs. It's got the options. Okay, there's none defined, but essentially it's using the same implementation. Like I'm just extending MCP server, but I'm not doing anything to it. So that works. So that's like the first step. Okay, so that's good. So let's come back and on va parler à Claude. Okay. Uh, so I've switched it to import at MCP. Not that one. OpenAI at open apps. There we go. The OpenAI MCP server currently extends MCP server, but does nothing more aside from calling super in the constructor. Um, so let's start implementing this so that we can extend it for apps SDK metadata for Skybridge UI. Um, any holes in what I'm saying? Cool. All right, that's good. Boo boo. I did not have lunch. Okay. Cool. So let's see what it says. Okay, looking at your current phase one already extends MCP server. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Add meta. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So before that gets done, let's just do this. Um, feature initial implementation of OpenAI MCP server. Let's commit that. Cool. All right, let's close that. Okay, so what's going on here now? Okay. I didn't mean to reject that. Didn't mean to reject. So let's actually, before we continue there, I just want to make sure that that commit was clean. Did it add something it didn't need? Index, that's good. Remove that. And let's hide this for a sec. Yeah, and then this part, import. Okay, that's all good there. Okay, no, that's all good. Yeah. Okay, so let's put that back. Feature initial implementation of Open AI MCP server. Let's push that. On va pousser, G push. Okay, diminish, continue. Okay, so let's see what's going on here now. So like, again, this is bare bones right now, but let's see what the kid can do. So again, the goal here is to have literally the same interface that the MCP server is supporting, and then like enhance it with whatever we need to do for the for OpenAI's Apps SDK. Yes, and allow edits, and let's see what's going to happen here. All right, well that's going on. Error reading file. Oh no. Okay. Now maybe it had the right implementation before where it had a private variable for this server, like the base server and like that other worktree I had. I don't think so, but like I'd say like worse. I feel like you should. I mean, y- you can, because you're extending the class. Like you can definitely override it. So, okay. So I think part of it is like on the existing one. Like if we come to here, while that's just chugging away. So the nice thing you can do with let's go here, like with the registering the tools is, you got your title, description, and the input schema is an object of a bunch of Zod stuff, and that gets converted to JSON schema. And I think we might have to handle that in our class. This would be transparent to the user, obviously, but I'm hoping we don't have to, but it's not that big of a deal. I think it looks like that's what we're doing. So, okay, so they're extracting some metadata. Let's see what they're doing here. I see some as any, should be as unknown, if anything, but let's see. Also, I'm listening to a pretty good chill lo-fi playlist. I'll go ahead and share it if people want to give that a listen. Boom, boom. It's currently playing Get Lucky, um, which I think is Farrell and what's their name? Daft Punk. That collab is not the original Get Lucky, but the collab one, or maybe this one is just the original. All right. Okay. Let's see here. What's it saying? npm run build. I don't need it to run build. No, because we're live reloading. So let's go check here. Okay, seems to be fine. Um, hold on a sec. I think a newer version of the TypeScript MCP SDK supports Zod 4 now. I know it was in beta. I'm not sure if they released it. Okay, they haven't done it yet, so we can just ensure we're using the right version of Zod instead of messing with types right now. Okay. So that should still be building fine. Guess you can't have the debug one open, but at the same time. Okay. Let's see here. Just doing a time check. And we'll take a peek at what it's done after. Compilation's fine. Okay, one issue, sure. Okay, let me think. Don't override register tool at all. Instead, provide a separate method to add metadata. Wait. Before doing that, why can't we use the same version of Zod as the one register tool expects? There's a problem. Zod, this case uses Zod 3, but you're right. Yeah. Okay. Use same version 3 of Zod then. Cool. Yeah, I know there's a beta for using Zod 4 in the TypeScript MCP SDK. It was in beta. I guess it's not official yet. So cool. All right, that's good. So if this works, I might push that, but we'll see. All right. I'll be back in a second. I got to get something to eat because I'm working out in a bit. So I will see you in a couple minutes. All right, we're back. Okay, so it said it completed it. Sorry, I'm just eating some cheese here, but okay. So looks like it's okay, but the real test right now will be like, does the MCP server still work? Because when I did that other refactor the other day, it was just breaking. All right, let's take a peek. Okay, so it's gonna get my car build. Okay, so let's just hide some stuff here. Okay, so there's a map in here. I wonder if it should be a weak map. Maybe it doesn't need to be, but anyways, okay, so this is the OpenAI tool metadata. Okay, so we're still calling super, obviously, for so the regular MCP server kicks in. Set up protocol interceptors. Okay, so what's happening here is we're binding it because we want to we still want to keep, this here is the instance of the OpenAI MCP server, but the original means it's the it's the one, it's the MCP server one because we're extending it. And then we're going to call this, okay, there's set server request handler. Okay, I see what's happening here. So it's calling the stuff it needs to do for OpenAI Apps SDK stuff. And then it's finishing off by running the original MCP server classes, handler, and what's this? If request schema. Okay, if that, then okay. Let's try it. Oh, it looks like I froze it. Try again. Let me just remove that. We know it comes in there now, or it should be. Okay, so it seems to work. Let's actually put it somewhere else. Let's just move the debug bar. And let's go to index.ts. Okay, update driver profile. No, yeah. Let's try to save something because that didn't work the other day when I was using the original implementation. So update my car config. Sure. Let's see here. Let's see. I want off-road wheels on my car. Okay, now this is where I think it broke last time. So not sure what's going on right now. But okay, key validator parse is not a function. Sure, let's go look for that. I don't think that is right. Let's actually look where. Okay, register tool is not liking something. Just might just be types, but okay. There's not too much added here. Okay, try again. Almost done my cheese, folks. Now, why are you not hitting my server? Okay. Okay, there. All right. Cool. Okay, there's no meta. That's fine. Okay. Schema. Sure. Yeah, no worries, Abdulmaran. Good seeing you, man. Yeah, no, for sure, man. Take care. Have a good night. Okay. Um, the server gets called, but chat Jupiter reported a key validator parse issue. That was some good cheese. And my coffee's finished. Oh man. Cool. Well, I won't be on much longer. I gotta kick out in like 20 minutes about, but oh, I didn't make the really? Is it just that? Okay, let's try again. One more time, baby. Okay, that's expected. You don't need to hit there. Yeah, cool. Okay, it's doing all that stuff. Sure. Okay, update car config. Let's see, moment of truth. Args. Okay, let's see here. 5. I had to send it with no options. Your config scheme doesn't accept any properties right now. Okay, so that's better. This is the issue I ran into the other day, and this was related to JSON schema and maybe not being converted. Sorry, Zod schema not being converted to JSON schema. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, I have a new error is Zod schema not being converted to JSON schema. So basically, if we sort this out, um, once this works, then like the registering of like the UI resources and stuff should work now. Okay, so I was right. It's not converting a JSON schema. Yes. Da-da-da. Okay, type raw is odd shape. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Final config. What is this, like Photoshop? Final dot PSD. Okay. No, because no, because it live reloads. So let's just check how we're doing. Where did it go? Over here. Rebuilt fine. Okay. Update my car config. Okay, let's see what it gives this time. I'm hoping args is back to this. There we go. It said before I hadn't installed the ran npm install to get the version we needed for Zod, but that should be fine now. So something else perhaps. So I'm going to try and call a Zod validation method on what we converted to JSON schema. Parent. Oh yeah, that's right. When you're calling the actual MCP server, we don't need to convert it like the underlying one. This is really just for when we do it ourselves, I guess. Okay. Well, okay. Root cause is not a function because first attempt converting Zod schemas to JSON schema, which was expected, but we should only really do that after we pass them to the parent MCP server class. Okay, let's try this again. Try again. All right, all right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Calling tool. Hopefully it's not calling me a tool. All right. Okay. Really? Okay, well, let's go just take a look at what it's decided to change. So here. Okay, actually, let's look at the diff. Okay, that's just types and stuff, but okay. OpenAI call tool result, sure. Okay, that makes sense. I had one called create UI tool result, but that's essentially the same thing. That's fine. Callback, just types, 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 types. I don't care about the types now. I just want to see the implementation. So we got the constructor, had this before, set up protocol interceptors, that original request, blah, 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 tool name. That all looks good. Register tool, this is where it should be. Why doesn't it? It's not assigned with the same property and base type MCP server type. Okay, worry about that type after, but so if there's meta, set the metadata in, that's a map, I believe, or just an object. Okay, register tool with parent using standard MCP API. So we pull out the things. Okay, this is odd schema. Don't like that there's an any, but whatever. Okay, so we got input schema, and if there's at least one key, we put it into an object. Okay. I don't think we need to do that. I think it should just be object, but okay. Output schema and object keys we have, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Register name final config is base config, zog input schema. I would have, I don't know why there's Zod input and output schema here. Schema, output schema. The register I get, so there's the base config. Okay, it only adds it if there is output schema. So super register. Okay, let's see here. Register tool with parents, standard API. The parent SDK needs these for validation, not JSON schema. Convert Zod raw shape to actual Zod validators for runtime validation. Maybe the MCP server was doing that. Okay. Maybe it's okay. I'm not sure. Make sure it restarted fine. Let's just start it up again in case. Now your update car config tool should probably validate and accept all the, okay, so let's add this here. Register tool, callback. Register tool, callback. Where is it? Update car build. Wrong file, but update car config, not car build. Okay, so we got that. That's still fine. Wheels, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's update car config, logger. Okay, everything looks okay. So maybe let's do a new conversation. I don't think we need to do a new conversation. Let's say get my current car build. Bum, bum. No luck. Oh wait. You know what? I think I killed my thing here. Maybe. Try again. Still dead in the water. All right. I'm gonna continue on this either later or tomorrow, but I think it's a good place to wrap up. Yeah. Thanks for hanging, and the saga continues. We'll see you in the next one.